Welcome to Out of the Blind podcast. Here we are again, another edition. I don't know what episode we're on now. We're on a handful. What do you say, Nick? 4? It's 4. Hey, you got to start somewhere, right? Make sure. Hey, so a couple new things. We're actually on Apple Podcasts now, Spotify. What else? Google Podcast. Of course, YouTube. Our YouTube is going to be, if you want more of a personal experience with us, you can actually kind of tune in.
Like how personal?
It gets pretty. I mean, it feels like you can interact a little bit. You know, like you're here with us. We're on Facebook Live, and you guys out there chiming in, say hi. Check us out on Spotify. You know, this is the uncut version. Uncut, sometimes a little uncensored. So
it's going to be a little uncensored.
Yeah, you just never know what's going to happen. But make sure to check us out on Spotify. Make sure you like us, follow us, share it. I'm trying to get this thing going. So it takes an audience help to get this going. Want to thank Nick, our production manager in the background. He's the guy that's holding the phone right now.
He's also holding the phone for the Facebook
Live. We had a piece of styrofoam. Show him the styrofoam. That's custom. It actually, the piece of metal right there is from one of our dive bomb decoys that we have. So he just threw that on the ground.
Patent pending on that, by the way.
So thank our sponsor, Back Down South Clothing, Lindale, Texas. If you guys haven't checked these guys out, it's really awesome. Awesome stuff. Actually, hold on. I have a discount code as well. I'm going to put it up on the screen. If you guys sign on to their website, jump on there, order some stuff, just plug in this. Let me see. We'll put it right here.
Right here.
Or right there. That's the discount code. Enter that in that promo code on checkout. It'll give you a discount. Really, really great stuff. The guys over there at Back Down South, awesome people, let me tell you, and awesome clothing. So if you're ever in the area, online, check them out. Back Down South Clothing, Lindale, Texas. So on the show today, we got Cortland Brasso. What's up? This is one of my right-hand man duck hunting buddies here. We roll in the dummer day in and day out during
have we
duck
described
season.
The dummer?
Well, the dummer is it's kind of like an overland vehicle, but they've called it the dummer. It's actually a 2012 Ram 2500 that is completely decked out. We put a snug top over Outback camper on the back, and then we put a Bundu Tech automatic rooftop tent. So and if you look at the dummer, it looks like a Dodge Ram and a Hummer had a baby, and then it produced that. It's on 37, 6-inch lift, lockers front and rear, 12,500 pound winch on the front. It looks like a spaceship on the inside. As we travel and we're scouting for ducks coming up, we've got iPads in there, we've got tablets running, we've got radar system, watching weather, we're watching ice lines.
Like high-tech rednecks.
It's high-tech. I mean, we keep all of our gear in the inside of that, tow in the boat, and then when we go to sleep, all we do is hit a button and tent pops out the top. If you guys haven't checked out Bundu Tech, this is no way sponsored by them, but it's awesome. Like, these things I think they're constructed in Africa.
I was going to say, well, and another thing is
like people get chased in lions and they hide out in the Bundu Tech from the lions.
They're basically bulletproof.
Yeah, I can't break one. I forgot to latch. I forgot to latch. I forgot to latch it one time.
We're going down the highway, and we're somewhere in the northern provinces of the United States region. We don't tell where we're at, but we're coming back from a hunt. I think you'd camped out that night. You held.
I've been in there for 4 days, probably.
Yeah. It had a little stench. I think you were trying to air it out, maybe. But
the tent or me?
Both.
I'm gonna tell you. One time, and I'm not trying to get off topic because I do that sometimes, but I was in the duck blind one time, and I think I hadn't had a shower in like 11 days. Yeah, I've been on the road 11 days, and I was like, oh man, this chicken farm's bad. It wasn't a chicken farm.
It was Gabe.
It was me. It was bad though, and so, you know, that's how when we hunt, we could be in one spot of the country. Say we're in East Texas one day, we could be in Arkansas the next, and North Dakota the next day. Like, we literally move that far. We just really follow the weather patterns, and when we hunt these ducks, we really thoroughly enjoy it. But what Cortland was saying
Yeah, so back to
Sorry.
that. We were traveling, and Gabe's in front of us, right?
That's crazy.
Probably had we had probably 2-3 trucks rolling deep with boats behind us, and all of a sudden we start seeing this tent that he's got on top. So it's supposed to fold down. It looks almost like a briefcase in a way.
It's like a foot thick. Some people say that they're like, is that a mattress up there? What you got up there? And it's not. It's not.
Could be. What if it is, buddy boy?
It could be a mattress.
Exactly. No, it looks like a briefcase almost when it's folded down, when it's supposed to be folded down. And Gabe's going down the road at about, I'm gonna say probably about 65 to 70 maybe.
I would say 70.
Let's say 70. And all of a sudden this tent that's supposed to be flat, well, it starts making moves.
It caught air.
It did. So this tent is going down the road. It's 70-ish miles an hour.
Open.
It
caught it. Just like a parachute.
Yeah. And he just keeps driving. We're calling him. We're honking.
Oh, that's right, because you guys were behind us.
Yeah, we saw. I had a front row seat. Oh, God. So this tent.
$4,000 tent.
Yeah, and it's just going down the road at 70 miles an hour, halfway open, and it still works.
Oh, yeah. It broke a latch on the front.
Yeah.
It broke it on the back.
Well,
the back passenger side is where the latch broke. Because the front one wasn't latched, and so it caught air, and then it broke the next one off.
That's right.
And so even to this day, that one's still broken. I need to re-rivet it. But it's an awesome tent. So, when we travel duck hunting like this, man, we kind of go to the extremes, I think. And
I would say so.
And that's what really sets it off. And I really enjoy, I think like the killings, it's great. But I'm really in on the scouting. The scouting's my deal.
I'd say the scouting. It's more. It's as much as I hate to say this, it really is more than just the killing. It's the pursuit, and
yeah,
because if you think about it, and we've got some shenanigans that happens. It's like
no idea
follows us when we're on the road.
It's insane, the shenanigans. It's like we don't even have to try.
No,
by the time you get in there with Harper and you get in with the rest of these guys, Weston and Conley, and you get in with these guys, and it's just.
It's great.
It's Thunderdome is what happens.
I've got so many stories that are going through my brain right now.
Oh.
And I think, and we'll have these guys probably on the podcast at one point or another. Speaking of, I think Weston said he's going to get up here sometime in October. So,
we're going to have this podcast on the trail. Me and our production manager, Nick, we've been trying to figure out how to make this podcast happen on site at the boat ramp. Like not a live production. Well, we could do a live production, but that's kind of like it's going to be there. But we're going to have this style. We're going to have all the lights. We're going to have all of our gear there. But Nick is so crazy about the gear. Like you can't touch. This isn't a phone cord. This is what do we call this? A mic cord.
Is it okay if my elbow is on this right here? It's okay.
No, he'll attack you.
He's going to attack us with them feet. We'll talk about that on another one. But
Frodo.
What if we were to turn the dummer, like the backside of the dummer, into a studio?
Well, we thought that's what Nick was saying.
Live from the dummer.
Yeah, the dummer.
I feel like that's
part Dodge,
idea.
Part Hummer.
Right. And luckily, the audience here, they won't be able to smell the inside. So,
well, my tent doesn't stink. It's only when Nick's feet are in there.
When Nick's feet are in the dummer, it's there's I realize now why they have those Febreze can. I think we went through a full Febreze can. We went to
I was up top and I could hear the. I was, and then
it wasn't. No, it was.
Until it just burned that one down.
Yeah, we burned down that can.
They buy them by the 6-pack.
Yeah, because of Nick's feet.
Febreze.
I'm gonna
what scent was that?
I don't know.
Autumn rose.
Whatever scent it was, it was no longer.
Was it an autumn pumpkin?
Autumn pumpkin.
Pumpkin was it wasn't pumpkin spice?
No, I don't know. I don't remember.
Because that'd be really fallish, and I would probably be some sea breeze because we were at the beach when that happened.
Right,
we were chasing redfish.
We had to kind of blend in with what we were doing. So that
you don't want to have pumpkin spice, and it's not fall. That's why it's a seasonal item.
Exactly. Yeah.
But people rat hole that stuff. Like they keep all things pumpkin spice.
Oh yeah.
Like they hoard it, and then they use it in improper times in the year.
I found
you'll catch somebody burning a pumpkin spice candle in July,
Yeah, you can't
Doesn't
do that.
match.
It's out of season.
Out of season.
You can't do
it's not
that.
a 4th of July scent.
No. And I found a pumpkin spot. What was it the other day? It was a
Latte?
no, that's pretty common. No, this was something
Yankee
that you
Candle?
don't typically see. Very common.
Foot insole.
No. Did you say foot insole?
Yeah, because those are scented, aren't they?
No, they need to be. That
Wouldn't-
might be a thing that we can do for over here.
That's it. We can have
Scented insoles.
Nick needs them bad.
We're gonna have to have the like okay.
Frodo.
Yeah. Well, you know how some things have you've got your normal and then you've got the extra or the either whether it
Extra
be
strength?
or maybe
Gold Bond?
Well, yeah. We need to have that. We need to have some sort of scented insole.
Whataburger?
Ugh, I don't like Whataburger.
You're a liar.
I definitely
You
don't
love
like
Whataburger. I've seen you
No.
eat it 1,000 times. You have a lying problem.
3:00 when I'm drunk, maybe. No, this was back in
PM?
high school.
I've seen you eat Whataburger just recently.
Yeah, I was forced to eat it. That was all we had.
Who forced you?
Y'all did. What were we gonna do? It was either that.
What's a
It was either that or my gas station run that I typically make on our.
Let me.
on our
Okay, I'm going
trips.
to pause right there because I've got to tell these people about. Now I don't know if you. I'm sure you guys have a friend, or a hunting partner, or a buddy, that when they stop at a gas station, everybody gets snacks. Like it's snack time, especially duck hunting. Like we're always grabbing snacks for the blind bag. But Cortland takes it to this extreme to where I'm like, where's he at? It's been 15 minutes. Is he taking a crap in there? Nope. No, he's come out with always one bag, sometimes 2 bags. There's everything from Sour Patch Kids,
Gotta have the
Extreme.
Sour Patch.
Have you in the Extreme? Remember the Extremes that I got you?
Yeah, the extremes are great.
I saw him come out with a pound cake. I'm like, where the hell did you get a pound cake? He comes out with, of course, Pop-Tarts. What else?
Oh, anything. See, my thing
Snicker.
is,
You always have something salty in there.
yeah, you got to have the sweet and salty. You got to have both. My thing is when I go into
It's a lot.
gas
Like he'll
station-
spend $40.
Oh, I've spent up to $100 and just.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, the last time we went, the time before last when we went fishing, I spent $104.
I mean, you're going to fat out of your sit.
Well, I feel
You've
like
already moved to a large.
when I get into these gas stations, I feel like maybe something might, like the apocalypse or something might happen.
But it's not.
And so, well, you don't know that.
Why do you
though.
feel that way?
I don't know. Something about gas stations. It just makes me think that maybe that's.
Do we
gonna
need to
happen.
talk about it?
No,
Do we need
don't.
some?
I've kind of sought
help?
counseling. They actually recommended
You do
Slim
need
Fast.
counseling. Fat camp?
Yeah, well, no, I have not gone to Fat
I've
Camp
went to
yet.
Fat camp.
Can we please talk about that word?
Fat Camp?
Why Fat Camp got dubbed Fat Camp?
So I went to Fat camp. It's been a while back, but it's not really Fat camp. It's actually called Healthy Figures. It's in Tyler. I called it Fat Camp. It's a great place if you're trying to lose some weight. Like it works. They put you on legal meth.
Yeah.
And then they make you eat like 700 calories a day of protein.
You call those bird eggs.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
And like I said, it's just appetite suppressant. I lost like 40 pounds in 8 weeks. It was great.
Yeah, because you don't eat
No,
when you
don't want to eat.
No.
And so so I had this friend of mine, and I noticed he had lost quite a considerable amount of weight. And I said, dude, what'd you do? Like, you been working? No, I went to this place in Tyler called Healthy Figures. And I was like, oh, cool. I'm going to check it out. How much was it? He's like $100, whatever. So I go down there, check it out. I give them $100. Well, they have to do like an EKG test on you, and they have to make sure that you're okay to be put on meth. And I was sitting there. So I have to sign all these waivers, right? Sign this stuff.
That's when you know it's going to be like something's about.
Well,
to
they hooked
drop.
me up to the sticker, the EKG stickers. They were stickers, and they make you take your shirt off. It's not very flattering at the moment, right? Because you're bigger when you go in there, right? Keep it up. You'll be in there, Snack Master. So, I got their number. They got a hotline.
I'm probably going to need it.
You can call it 1-800. I'm not even going to say the 1-800 number.
No.
But so you go there and you get checked in, and me being me, I get sat down with 2 larger women. Okay. They were, I'm talking really larger women. And me being me, I talk to everybody. I'm just chatty, I guess. And so I grab it could have been Home Living or Better Health or whatever that was on the
just your cliche magazine assortment.
Yeah, it was a coffee table magazine. Mm-hmm. So I grabbed that. I'm thumbing through it. I strike up a conversation with these ladies. I don't remember what we were talking about. And so they call my name, and I'm like, well.
How long did the conversation have?
Not long, 5 minutes.
Okay.
It wasn't long. And I was like, clap my hands, like, hey, I guess you guys ready for fat camp? And they didn't.
Word having it.
No, we went from friends to enemies. I mean, it's not like I was making fun of anybody.
Faces? Can you describe their faces?
One of them scoffed. She was like, and she went back to her magazine, and the other one rolled her eyes and went back to her magazine.
Can't say that.
I wasn't trying to be mean or rude or disrespectful. I was like, well, you guys ready for fat camp? Like, it's not called fat camp. People think that fat camp is like where they yell at you and fat shame you, and it's like a boot camp. But this is not what this is. It's a great place, and it works. So, check those guys out.
Yeah, just when you go in there,
don't say fat camp.
Maybe don't say the word fat camp.
No, do not say fat camp. But it's really great in there. I mean, people are nice.
I hope that I don't ever have to get there. I'm like right now. So as you see, I've got my little.
I'm doing keto right now, and I've cut out all the alcohol. I've lost like 7 pounds.
I'm not
7 pounds.
I'm not just saying this to try and sugar
days.
you up, but you do look a little smaller, slightly smaller.
I think he's lying to me. I can never trust Cortland.
No, you do. I will give you that. You look a little small, like
because I fatted out of my Sitka. If I don't get skinnier by duck season, I have to buy new camo, and that's expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my diet plan. I fat out of Sitka.
So we wear. Some people call us bougie because we do wear some of the best gear out there.
We have to, as much as we hunt.
Yes.
I love Sitka and I love their gear, and that's the thing with that gear is like, it's expensive.
You get what you pay for.
But if you're the kind of hunter where you're only going to hunt 2 or 3 times a year, it might not be for you. But if you're out there day in, day out in all kinds of elements like we are, it's the best stuff out there.
It's great. And so it actually gets extremely expensive if you cannot fit into it after a while.
Yeah, you fat out of it, and you're on the way.
I'm getting there. Well, you see, I've got this here. I got on this kick.
He gets on all kinds of kicks.
I do. I get bored with things. I just need to try stuff. So sometimes they're good. Sometimes they're not so good.
And then he'll tell you, I've never drank tea. I don't even like tea. I've never drank tea. He's drinking it now. I've got it on recording. He's drinking tea.
I don't
just
know
like the Whataburger. I hate Whataburger.
What? I really see. Okay,
one time we were in the blind, and I'm making manmosas, and I was like, "Hey, Cortland," and he had probably been on at least a 1 day. I would say a 1 day White Claw binge again, and you get drunk the night before, and he's like, and he's. I'm like, "Hey, you want a manmosa?" No. I'm like, "Well, you want some whiskey?" And he's like, "I don't even like whiskey." And I'm like, what are you talking about? You drink whiskey all the time. This is the same guy. He just said, don't like whiskey, comes to my house, bebops in, gets Woodford and mixes it with Sprite, and then drinks half of it and throws it away.
I think at that point I was a little.
You're into me you owe me like 4 bottles of Woodford at this point.
Yeah, I probably do. I've probably got. I think I.
But so whatever he tells you. No.
If I tell you I don't like something,
he's liked it at one time.
I may have liked it.
You should be more clear and say I don't like it anymore.
Okay, we can work on
that
vocabulary a little
that
bit,
way.
maybe.
You know what I mean? Because right now you just come off as a big fat liar.
I mean, I just like I said, at this point, I do not like Whataburger.
Okay, well that makes more sense. See, I'm not going to be like, well, what do you mean you don't like it? I just like, well, I don't like it right now.
The last time I ate it,
he has rotating taste buds.
No, they don't rotate. It's not. It has nothing to do with the way it tastes. It tastes great. I think it does taste fairly good at times, but I've got kind of burnt out on it because the last time I ate it,
Whataburger.
Yes, well, not the last time. That was with you. The time before that, I went 3 days where it just didn't digest.
You pooped out a whole hamburger?
No. So it just sat, it's like it felt like it just sat in my, this is the weirdest thing. Describing it's going to sound even worse, but it's like it just sat in my stomach. Like it just sat right here and it just stayed there. And it's like, and you know how they have, like, when you eat Whataburger, they've got those extremely, like, the vegetables are, they're prime. They're there.
That's why I like
the
them.
onions.
That's why I like it.
I mean, I enjoy
That's what really
that.
makes the burger, I think.
Right, but then you can smell your, like, after you eat something with onions
I've thought that I had either had BO or I ate Whataburger because they smell. Sometimes they smell the same.
Yeah, and if you've got mustard on it, they smell close to the same.
Yellow mustard.
Yeah, we're not getting into that. We're not getting into that right now. Yellow mustard. You go into a place with this guy right here. You go into a place. Who has ever said, "Yeah, I want mustard on a sandwich or on whatever you might put on it, hot dog, Cheerios, whatever your thing is," and then they bring you honey mustard or some other kind of how many other mustards are there?
There's a ton of mustards. There's Dijon. There's yellow.
That sounds like is that the
There's
hood
brown.
mustard?
There's honey. There's spicy. There's jalapeno. There's chipotle. There's garlic.
I think it's chipotle.
There's so many kinds. And when I go and I eat my French fries, I put yellow mustard on them. And when I get I don't want Dijon.
They're all yellow.
No, they're not.
They are all yellow.
Dijon's kind of grayish yellow.
Dijon. I'm gonna name my next kid that.
You have a kid already?
Well, I had one. It was Mox.
Oh,
he's no longer with us. But I think I'm gonna name if I get another dog, I'm gonna name it Dijon.
It'd have to be a yellow lab. Because if it's black,
so you go into these places and you have this suspicion that they're going to bring you the wrong mustard.
I do.
So you make sure you specify yellow mustard.
On the bottle it says, Nick, when you edit this, I want you to pull up a bottle of I think was it Hunt's or Heinz yellow it says yellow on there.
H's.
So make sure you pull that up, Nick. Put it up like one of those or one of these. All right, yellow mustard. Why would it? I mean, I'm calling it by its name.
Right,
it's legal.
Who does that?
It's legal name.
I do. Legal name.
It has a legal name.
Maybe it doesn't like its first name.
Its hood rat name is mustard.
No, it's
that's its last name.
I don't think.
It's like if everybody called everybody Brasso.
See, but everybody.
There's Steve Brasso and like Tim Brasso, and then there's Yellow Brasso. I mean, that's right. We're being specific. We don't want any Brasso. We want.
I don't think that there's. You see, you're comparing.
Mustard is its last name, and whatever it comes before is its first name. That's how we specify. So you could call it Mr. Mustard if you'd like, and you don't know which one you're going to get.
Okay, that makes more sense. But at the same time,
explain it to you.
Yeah, but I still have yet to see green mustard.
They don't have that.
Or purple mustard.
They don't have that.
Yeah, but it's all yellow. See, you just said it. It's all yellow mustard.
It's not all yellow mustard.
They're all yellow.
No, a technical mustard is yellow.
Yes.
Of some shade.
Exactly. So it could be the same.
No.
You think about it, they could, because just as much as they could screw up your order and get you some honey mustard, you say yellow mustard.
I have to send it back.
What if they don't, they're all yellow.
Right.
So what if they screw up and accidentally, see, it could go both ways.
Because when you see, if we had a stack off right here.
A stack off of
mustard. If we had a stack off of
mustard stack off.
Yeah, if we had a mustard off, and we would be like, they would be lined up by shade, right? From darker to yellow.
Like a color palette?
Like it'd be like color palette.
Or like a palette, or I guess as someone would like to call it. So you had that, and you had it from what? Let's say darker shade to lighter.
Yeah, so brown mustard, right, would be over here. Yellow mustard would be here.
Do they have another mustard? I mean, you seem to know your mustards pretty well.
I'm a connoisseur.
A mustard connoisseur?
Yeah, I love mustard.
So is there something darker than brown mustard?
Not that I've found. There could be. They have this one. It's called coarse mustard, and it's mustard seed that's
golf course.
No, coarse like rough. That's on the golf course too.
Yeah, yeah. See,
but these
words
kind
of vibe together,
and like the mustards do. See how you can get confused already?
Now I'm getting a little twisted here on my thoughts here, but.
So they have that coarse ground mustard that's got some of the seeds in it, and then it goes all the way down to yellow.
What, do they have like a fine mustard, like maybe no seeds in it?
Seedless?
Yeah, seedless mustard.
I think most of the ones I've had are seedless.
So why don't you specify then that you want seedless yellow mustard?
You don't really just accidentally
you're already
get
on
that.
This.
You don't really accidentally get seedless, like seeded mustard.
You don't normally accidentally get
honey
mustard.
I have gotten accidentally honey mustard, and I send it back. I'm like, I don't eat this crap.
Throw it off the table.
Yeah, I throw it at them.
So I want to know that. Did you just have one bad experience or a bad day?
No, it started when I was probably in like 4th grade, and I was at a cafeteria, and they didn't have ketchup for my French fries. All they had was mustard. I specifically remember the day.
Was there a ketchup shortage at the time?
I don't know.
What was that, back towards like the First World War back then when you were in
Second.
Second, okay.
And so they didn't have it, and all they had was yellow mustard. And so I started dipping my French fries in that, and it kind of tastes like a corn dog.
The mustard
I can
change the way the French fry tastes?
Try it.
It makes it taste like a corn dog?
It feels like you're eating a lot of small corn dogs.
You did that often.
No.
I kind of see I see the evolution of what you do now.
Right. I do a lot of weird things.
You do.
I do.
Speaking of eating, so you've eaten, I don't know, you've eaten gerbil before, haven't you?
No, it's guinea pig.
Guinea pig.
Yeah, everybody likes to call it gerbil. It's not gerbil. It's guinea pig. And when I first encountered this, they eat them in Peru. Like they're a delicacy down. I think they call them cuy.
Cuy?
Yep.
Like the clothing brand, or is that cuy?
I think it's Huey.
No, the other clothing brand.
There's a Cuy clothing. Is there a logo?
No,
is their logo?
It's the other camouflage. Q. I don't know how you say it. Cuy.
Oh, Cuy.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. It's not
So
Cuy.
close to the same.
So when I had the crawfish business, I was down in Palestine, Texas, cooking crawfish, and this lady pulls up to order some crawfish, and in the back she had a cage, and I was like, man, what's in that cage? And she's like, oh, I got the guinea pigs. And so I went back and I looked.
The guinea pigs.
Yeah, she's like, oh, I got the guinea pigs. You know, like that sounds more of Italian, but it's Mexican.
That was more, yeah.
But she's a nice lady, and so I go back and I look in the back there, and she's got a handful of guinea pigs, maybe 6. And I said, hey, how much for the guinea pigs? And she's like, $10. And I was like, I eat them. And she's like, you eat them? I'm like, yeah, well, I've never eaten them, but I'd like to try them. And so,
see, we're going back. See, you get on to me saying that I don't like something. When I say I don't like something, when I previously did, you just told her you ate them and you'd never eaten them before.
I don't know, but I hadn't eaten them at that point. I would like to eat them.
I want to know what guy, who in their right mind sits there and says, you know what sounds good today? Guinea pig.
Well, I was watching one of those travel shows, like Anthony Bourdain or one of those.
Like the food, like where he goes and tries different things.
Yeah, and they're in. Okay. I'm like, I'm probably never going to get to go to Peru, at least not that point in my life. And so I was like, man, I'd like to try that because they eat them a lot. They're like rabbit kind of. And so I saw these guinea pigs. And I asked her what she fed them, and she told me like lettuce and whatever. It wasn't anything synthetic. So I was like, I eat them. And so she said, you want me to clean them? She said, extra $5. So $15 for a clean guinea pig. I was like, yeah.
So
I'll take
this
3
lady who carries around guinea pigs.
Yeah, she sold them. I don't know if she's on the pet stores or what, but she breeds them.
Well, she seemed real, like it caught her by surprise when you said that you wanted
Oh, it
to
did.
eat
Oh,
one.
yeah, her eyebrows were like
she knows how to clean them. Like she sparked up a new business just right there.
Yes,
she just out of nowhere was like,
we just got to learn how to bring them to the masses.
For an extra $5, I can clean it for you.
And I took her up on it.
I mean,
I ordered 3, so she brought me back a little cooler. They had 3 clean, and I told her leave the heads on them. So she brought them head on, cleaned. So because I wanted to make sure that they were the guinea pig. I didn't want her to bring me something different. That's why I made her leave the head on.
Like what else would that? Like
I don't know,
large
squirrel.
rat?
You know, she could have shot a squirrel. I've eaten that. I don't want to eat that. I want to eat the guinea pig. So she brought it back, and I just put them on a skewer, and I just grilled them.
What color meat is it?
Looks just like rabbit. Yeah, just like rabbit. Kind of lighter colored meat.
What did it taste like?
It tasted like rabbit, but the fat was a little bit different. It had a little.
It's like a chunky hamster. Or like they're a little bigger than a hamster, aren't they?
I would call it a chunky hamster.
That's a chunky hamster.
You know, I wonder if you could eat hamsters.
Back in a previous life, wasn't that like a stage name for you, Chunky Hamster?
It would be my stage name now.
It would be. Working for Tips and Tips Alone.
Next up on the main stage, working for Tips Alone, we've got Chunky Hamster.
Chunky Hamster.
Give him a round of applause, guys.
We need to put that on the back of the dumber.
Chunky Hamster.
On down the road, I don't like. We need to put that on the back of the dumber.
Chunky Hamster?
The Chunky Hamster.
Like out of the Chunky Hamsters.
He is the one.
Right. We might do that. So yeah, I have some weird edibles. Yeah, things that I like to eat.
Like the first time that I really long time ago. First time that I actually sat down with you, we were supposed to be talking business here. I think.
Oh, you were at my house.
Yeah, I just started. I think we started out in sales with you. With Accurate, and so we were going over. What I'd be doing, what to expect, stuff like that. And Gabe's over here in his little, and he's sitting on the couch, all crisp. He does this little weird thing when he sits down. And he like puts his legs up and stuff, and he's got this little tray. It's a clear tray with green, what looks to be like leaves. And I'm looking at this thing when I first get down and start talking to him. He's just sitting there. He's kind of chilled out. And he's just like, yep. And he's got this tray. And I didn't want to ask what it was. I was just like, okay. I didn't think much of it. Well, then we get to talking. You remember that? We were talking.
Yeah.
And like I was being serious. I was really
interested. I was serious.
Asking questions. You were not serious.
I was very serious. I was just enjoying my snack.
Your snack. Your snack was seaweed, dried seaweed.
Seaweed chips. And I got on them. I got on these seaweed chips. It was just a short stint of that I enjoyed these. And they're they're some kind of Asian seaweed. They're just a little rectangular, like they're seaweed chip. I don't know. They were salty and they tasted a little bit like the ocean. And they were dried out.
So we're sitting here talking, and we're talking face to face here, and he's sitting there the whole time I'm talking to you. You're going, and slowly putting it in your mouth, and looking at me in a weird kind of almost seductive way. I didn't know how to feel about that.
I was trying to see what you really thought of the seaweed chips.
I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to think of you, the seaweed chips, the whole scenario. It felt
scenario.
I felt like. At one point, I thought that I might not escape that house. I didn't know if maybe something weird
At one point, he said, let's get it on.
Let's get it on. I was waiting on that to come out. I didn't know. So,
did you ever try one?
Yeah, I actually really liked them.
See?
Because you had them, you would like.
I don't really steer people wrong on food items. A lot of people freak out when I bring different oddities out.
Yeah, well,
I eat a lot of strange things. I mean, I just like to, I'm not the run of the mill. I don't like anything normal.
Oh, we can tell.
I don't hang out with anybody normal.
No,
I don't associate with people that are normal.
Normal people are boring.
Right. All my friends are. You'll see them. They'll come through this show. I'm going to put them all on there. And
give me some characters.
And when I run out, I'm going to put them on there again. And then when I run out of that, I'm going to find new ones to put on.
It's like maybe
I just like interesting people. Like, we could probably use the term unique with some unique. I think we've had so far on the podcast. You've had Mason on here, with the Malay, the ginger Malay. He's a what does he call himself? An Irish Cuban.
Irish Cuban,
not Cuban. What does he say?
You can't do
not
that.
Jamaican.
What?
What did he say he was from? He's from.
I don't know where he says he's from. The land
Cuban.
of leprechauns?
No, he's like I don't know, redheaded Cuban. He's not Cuban.
He's a ginger. You can't be Cuban and a ginger.
No.
He doesn't even like.
And he has a big, luxurious red mullet.
It is luxurious. And we actually. So.
Are you growing your mullet in?
I'm not.
What?
I haven't thought about. I'm putting more.
This
thought
is why you're not.
Now.
You're not turtly enough for the Turtle Club.
I felt that way the other night, but. So when we were talking, because we were at your house when the mullet started from Mason, the birth of Mason's mullet.
Yeah.
And we all actually sat down and made a pact that we would all grow one out. Was it for duck season?
Yeah.
Last season?
Yeah.
So, well, Mason's the only one that went through with it.
I know. We all lied.
We lied. We were mullet liars.
Because we were like, yeah, high five.
Yeah, and then nothing happened with that.
And he's the only one. But now
he has not cut that thing since.
No, he trimmed it.
Trimmed it okay.
He trimmed it back.
Well, it
took its spirit animal away.
Yeah, I was gonna say the more you trim it back, I can't really picture him without a mullet now.
I wonder if that's gonna happen to me when I grow this out. What about?
Are you gonna do it?
What about Austin's that you saw today? That
God
he had.
Bless, have mercy. I heard
he had a hard part.
Scream.
He had a hard part and a mullet.
He had everything.
And I think it was a flat top with a hard part.
I was
and a mullet. It was wild.
I was slightly aroused after I saw that picture. It was the
of
mullet all mullets. Like in the world of mullets, it's the mullet. And so this,
I don't know, our guy up there in Oklahoma, in our Oklahoma Accurate office, Kaysden, aka Tarzan.
See, I have yet to meet this.
He looks like the country singer that was background like Tracy Lawrence.
Yeah.
Maybe we can put a picture of him up there, Nick.
What about like
just a snapshot of Tracy Lawrence in that?
We need to put a picture
because I told
them side by side, compare them.
Yeah, we can do that.
Nope.
But I told him that mullet was so serious that if he was to walk down a dark alley and there was a raccoon, it would get pregnant.
Raccoon would get
Yeah. Like, that's how serious it would be.
like if you. So that's the thing. Like when you have
Like fireworks go off when he wakes up in the morning.
Yeah, and a Budweiser can sitting there and it opens itself.
Yes, or a Bush
latte.
Bavarian. Yeah.
Bush latte.
Yeah.
See, that's what Mason likes is those Bush lattes.
Yeah, the Bavarian is what he always whispers Bavarian after you say it every time.
Bavarian, like Bavarian cream.
No.
What is
It's
Bavarian?
Bavarian? I don't know. Bavarian.
Just random name, like you crack open a beer and you talk about.
Are
it
you
and
still
say,
drinking
like,
beers?
England. No, I'm actually. So back to the tea thing here. So I started drinking this.
Boy, that was a large tangent.
Yeah. So I started drinking this tea, and tea's, as long as you don't load it up with sugar and stuff, it's got a bunch of antioxidants in it. I'm trying to actually
You don't know what that is.
not fat out. It's a big word that I've heard in the medical field, and it sounds good. So I'm trying
Means he
not
won't
to
rust.
fat out, and so I'm working on not being fat. I've been I actually picked up playing golf again. So now golf I wouldn't say would be the most active sport out there, but
Not when you have a $17,000 golf cart.
yeah, I did just decide to build a golf cart. I have a problem. When I get into something, I don't.
You got a
spare
lot of problems.
I don't spare expenses, I guess.
No.
So this golf cart. Anyway, we'll get off into that in a second. But no,
That's a
anyway,
whole other episode. I think.
yeah, I think we're gonna have to air it. Actually, we're gonna have to drive.
I think we
into
just need
the-
to go like show it to
I
the
s-
masses when this thing's done.
I say we just do the podcast in the golf cart.
Out of it,
Yeah, right out of it.
we could do that.
I mean, it's a by God golf cart.
Isn't it
gonna
all
be-
metal? Like not fiberglass? It's just metal, isn't it?
No.
Didn't you say it had a metal shell?
No. It's got It's got an aluminum frame, or no. It's got a steel frame. It's got aluminum supports and whatnot, just to cut down on weight.
Oh, I thought it was made out of iron. I don't know. Tell me about the tea.
So, anyways, I've gotten onto this tea kick here. I actually was watching. I was bored one day, one night on Facebook, and I think I was watching the Robertsons. They have a podcast too. And it's actually a really great podcast. I've been listening to them. So I've been kind of, I guess Facebook, they know when you're doing things. You hear them. You say something like, you say like, oh, I like hamsters. And all of a sudden they've got a for sale ad for hamsters on Facebook. Well, there was
So weird.
It was a random Robertson, Duck Commander. I think it was Duck Commander page that just popped up, and I hadn't seen that in a while. So I clicked on it. Well, it was Cy Robertson. He was giving us the tea recipe because he's always drinking tea. He says he drinks 2 to 4 gallons of
Lipton?
tea per day. No, Community. So he gives us this recipe of what
I think that's what they have in
does.
prison.
They
So he's
have
drinking prison tea
They have community
with brewed
tea
in the
and-
toilet.
Ugh. So they.
You
thought
won't
that-
like that tomorrow.
uh,
You'll be going, I used to like tea.
Until we talk. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. You're going to ruin my tea experience. I've been enjoying it lately.
Community tea.
It's better than
Everybody's drinking. COVID not friendly.
No, I'm not about this whole. I'm going to continue drinking it. I don't think it's. Stop trying to ruin my community tea.
So I can
adventure
just,
have here.
since community, can I just walk by and just take a drink of it anytime? If Nick gets thirsty, could he have some?
It is community. It's the community tea.
I mean,
It's like that's why it just sits here. It's got this little.
you could have a random stranger walk by. You
Right.
have to let him drink it.
Like, hey, here you go. Here's some tea, buddy.
Are you part of the community?
You're
Yep.
part of it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you got to be. Is there like a fit like for this tea? Is there like a requirement that you have to meet? Maybe like you like turtly enough for the turtle club,
Just be in the right zip code, have the right correct ID.
right zip. So you got to have
If you, yeah,
the correct ID and be in the right zip code, and
Yeah.
you can drink from the community tea.
if you made it,
If I made it,
if you made it.
okay. So I need to get a bigger teapot, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody, you haven't had the
You have to get one of those buns.
bun. Oh, for the like the cafeteria lady.
Yeah.
For my beard or my hair, because I don't have a lot of hair.
For the tea.
Okay. Okay. Well, we're gonna get
Community
a bun.
tea.
I think next time we might actually do this on live. I'm gonna get my bun, put it on. It's gonna be on my beard too.
And you're going to make the tea
And I'm gonna
live?
make the tea. It's gonna be the community tea for everybody. That way they know. You know,
Big
they-
pot.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a kettle. It's gonna be the big one.
Big old pot.
Big old pot. So, anyways, I've been on this tea kick. It's working out so far. It's a lot better than Cokes and crap like that. I'm trying to rule that out. And so, And it's working. I'm not getting fatter. I wouldn't say I'm getting skinnier. I'm just not getting fat.
You're maintaining.
Yeah, maintaining. I'm trying to make that dip down. I'm trying to be on the decline here.
Right.
The decline. But I right now it's at least I'm not going up in the fat scale. So
T. That's the thing. T will do it.
I think that it's a pretty good answer. I think it's a
community tea, no other brand, antioxidants.
I haven't tried any other tea.
Lipton.
Yet.
I hear Lipton is the ticket.
I might try that. And I hear if you put lemon in it, it gives it a little more of a zest. I want to try that too.
Yeah.
So
I drink unsweet tea a lot.
See, I have always actually hated it because when you go into restaurants and stuff, like you order tea, I kind of get your yellow mustard thing now because now you have to make sure. Now we're in the South, so when you say tea, 90% of the time they're gonna have sugar in it. Like I think you have to specify unsweet tea.
I specify
Otherwise,
unsweet.
they're bringing.
But even though you're like people are like, oh, I want a tea, and they're like, you want unsweet or sweet? They'll ask.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so
I always say lemon.
See, I've had those times though where I asked for tea, just thinking that it's they're gonna bring out regular sweet tea because it's the South, and they didn't. They just brought unsweet, and it was just an unpleasant experience. I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting that that sugar goodness. And when I drank
you just almost spit it out. It's almost offensive when you're expecting.
I was offended. I was very offended. I think I even told.
It's like drinking a Dr. Pepper, like drinking a Coke out of a can that somebody's been spitting into that's been dip and chew. Have you done that?
I have not done that. You
I did
accidentally
that.
got a dip can?
I did that, and I also took a drink out of a Coke can one time that someone had been using it as an ashtray. And then I also took a drink out of a Coke can one time that had a bee in it, and it stung me on the mouth.
I've had that happen before.
So I've had the 2 tobaccos and a bee sting. I'm drinking the wrong can.
How'd the tobacco taste mixed with the Coke? Was it okay?
It was horrible. So was the spit. It was yuck.
Ugh.
Almost threw up.
Ugh. Yeah,
They were like, no, and I was too late.
I have had the bees.
It already crossed the threshold. It was bad.
Ugh.
Yeah.
So did you get like a tobacco rush with it? Like you get a little buzz going after?
No, I didn't get any rush. Fear. I got a fear rush. Had some endorphins. Flight or fright, or whatever you call it.
Flight or fright?
Yeah. What do they call that? Fright or flight?
Fright or fright?
Fright or fright? I don't know. Fight or flight? Fight or flight. That's what it is.
We need to work on our pronouncing. Anyway,
I think it's pronunciation.
So, I did drink one time. I remember I can't
Drink
remember.
what?
No, it was just like a Coke or something. I can't remember exactly the
it had a bee in it?
soda name, but it had a bee in it. And that sucker, it must have just flown in there, and it was pissed.
Yeah.
It did not like whatever continents
he was
were in this
guarding
drink.
that Dr. Pepper.
Oh, he was beyond pissed. I guess he either loved it or he hated it. He either hated it so much that when he got out, he just exploded and decided to start stinging everything, which at the time was the
honeybee's going to sting once.
I don't think it was a honeybee. I think
was it a wasp?
No, it was a bee. It was in the bee
Red
family.
hornet?
That's not a bee.
Yellow jacket?
We're going down the wrong. That's not a bee either.
Honeybee? Bumblebee. I bet
it would have been bumble.
Bumblebee. I don't think a bumblebee fit through that hole. Bumblebees are fat.
Yeah. Well, what if it was like a skin? Like it was
ground
like
bee? No, it's ground hornet.
Those things. No, it was a bee. So, anyways, I think what had happened was it got in there and it either really liked it and
what are
didn't
those
want to
bees
share.
called where they kill people?
Murder hornets?
No, African killer bees. Killer bees. Was it a killer bee?
What are those bees that?
They're like a highly agitated, aggressive honeybee. They disguise themselves as a honeybee. Nope, not a honeybee.
So they have like a mask on?
No, they look like a honeybee. Like they're colored up like a honeybee, but they have the attitude of pit bull.
Attitude of a pit bull. Pit bulls are
pit bull
nice
with wings. Mini pit bull with wings.
Maybe more like the attitude of pissed off Melissa.
Yeah.
I'm still a little.
She told you that
really.
Phone was going to be.
She told me that every time it rang, I'm going to feel it. And I don't know.
That's not good.
I don't know if that's good or bad. I mean, no. I think I know some people that might enjoy that. I think you would probably enjoy that. You'd be like, hey, Cortland, I need you to call the office real quick. I want to make sure the phone still works. Call it again. Didn't work.
I can't find my phone. You call it.
Call it.
Why are you you're vibrating?
Cortland, I need you to call the phone again.
Yeah, it's not good.
So,
see, people always ask like, "Hey, what are you guys going to talk about on this podcast?"
We have no topics.
We don't have a topic, and I think that's the beauty of it. It just really just flows like this.
I mean, I am beyond excited for our upcoming guest. You want to talk about that real quick?
Why don't you? I mean, he's one of your buddies.
We're going to talk about it. So we have his name is Captain Redbeard.
What's his real name? Madison
Ferris.
Right.
Now, Madison's the type, so like when you do podcasts, we listen to a bunch of them, and, we listen to some that are serious and some that are more funny. And I feel like the ones that are funny are the ones where you can just take off out of nowhere and you don't have a direction. You're just bebopping off them angles. You're going every which way you can. And it's the ones that can just do that, and they're funny people. Madison, I'm going to say top 5 funniest people I know.
He's pretty funny.
Have you heard the voicemails that he leaves?
Oh yeah, he left you a voicemail one time that it was supposed to be somebody. He sounded like, and I thought it was an older lady from West Texas, and he was saying that she was from Texarkana.
Yeah, Texarkana,
and calling about the shovels
that I wanted to rent.
Renting a shovel, and it had. He was telling you the prices. It was like $17 per hole or $3 an hour.
Yeah, he said our prices. So it's like, this is so and so from Texarkana. I was calling about the shovel you'd want it to rent. Our prices are $17.99 per hour or $36 per hole. Call me back.
It was hilarious.
He can make his voice, like he has all these voices he's able to do.
It's crazy.
I'm looking right now I know he just left me a voicemail.
You guys need to follow him on Facebook.
Yes. If you don't have Madison Ferris on Facebook, you have to follow him.
Add him on there.
We're going to get him on this podcast as much as possible. So overall, he's a funny person. And I think that it's
we talked to him last night on the phone, and we're going to get him on here. I've got some interesting people. I've got Casey Corkmas. He's going to be on here. He's a guide. So he lives here in Tyler, but he's guiding for bighorn sheep, elk, all kinds of cool stuff. So he's going to be doing that.
He's got some really cool stories. He's
Travis Wright's going to be on here.
That'll be great.
He's cool. He's actually a pastor and a dog trainer here in Tyler.
Is he still dog training?
Yeah. No, I don't think he is. I think he quit that.
Yeah. So he started. He's got.
But I'm always looking for somebody. So if you guys ever want to nominate somebody to get on here,
let us know. I mean,
I'll put him on. I'm in.
You ever know?
I want to kind of vet him out a little bit.
I want to see the
weirder the better.
Yeah, the weirder the better for sure.
Yeah.
No, I'm.
I don't know a lot of famous people yet. I know a handful, but not anybody that would really want to mess with my podcast yet.
What if
we're getting
have
there.
You tried? What if we just messaged some like George Strait, like, hey George, you want to get on the podcast? I mean,
Never know.
You might be bored. Like COVID's got him sitting down, and maybe he's like, why not? Let's go to Tyler, Texas. We'll fly in my jet.
I got Andrew De La Torre. He's a pilot. I think he's a pilot for Google. He flies all over the world.
Yeah, he loves Beretta. That's his favorite gun.
It is his favorite. He I think he flies like a G700 or 9000 or something. I don't know. It's one of the big
G9er maybe.
It's a big giant.
One of the G's.
He always sends these pictures from like all over the world. Pisses me off.
I know. I have him on Facebook, and I actually we're friends, but I hate him. He goes. You'll see him like one day. It's weird because I mean, you see him one week. He's in Paris, like eating under the Eiffel Tower, and then like
Bangkok the next day.
Yeah, Bangkok the next day. He's like got a pet monkey that steals drugs from people. The next day, he's off in some other he goes. It's like he just bebops around the world like a pinball.
He is like
He kind of looks like a pinball in a way, like a tan pinball.
I just told him he's an overpaid limo driver.
That's exactly what he is.
Yep.
Limo, like the air limo though. Got that air limo driver.
I mean, he dressed like a limo driver. It's okay.
He's always in a suit. Like every time I see him, he's in some. He's like he just dressed up for an interview at the Trump Tower. Like that's what he looks like. That would be pretty cool.
So you think Trump's gonna take it? You think he's gonna win it?
With the way that the world is going, I think that he obviously, we're all Trump supporters here. If you don't agree with this, I don't really care. But I think that he's done a lot of good for the world, and people see that. I think that.
I think he just got them all nervous that they've all been to Epstein Island.
Yeah,
I think that's
that whole scenario is just. God
I think the people that don't want him in there are just the people who've been to Epstein Island.
Probably so,
and they don't want to be found out.
But there's a lot of. I think that there's a lot of evil in this world, and there's a lot of higher powers in this world that for sure probably don't want him because he's doing the right thing. He's for America. He's always been for America, and he's done a lot of good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean 100%. I think that most people see that. Matter of fact, I saw a sign the other day. This lady was holding up that said Democrats for Trump. So he's even got the Democrats on his side at this point.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting.
So if he doesn't win, something's rigged.
It's rigged.
I hope they don't do the mail-in votes.
Me neither. I don't like to get into a lot of politics. I want to keep stuff because people hear a lot about politics all the time. I don't want to get into all that all the time, but I like to keep things lighthearted, funny. We got enough weird stuff going on in the world. Yeah, I think I'm weird enough.
I think between this table, we've got enough weirdness going on.
Oh, 100%.
Like when we get up in the morning, we say, "Let's get weird." Let's get weird.
We should get T-shirts. We should get the first shirts for Out of the Blind. That's just say, "Let's get weird."
Let's get weird.
We should have one for Out of the Blind that just has a picture of a guinea pig on it.
I think
we should get one that says Out of the Blind and it's yellow and has yellow mustard logo on the back.
I think that's a great start. We're going to have a guinea pig, yellow mustard.
We should get another one from when what's his name was on the other day about wolf nipples.
Yeah, what in the world? Wolf nipples.
I don't know.
What even is that? I mean, like,
I don't know. Ask Brian.
That kind of creeps me out.
There's just all kinds of funny stuff on there. You're
going to hear some stuff.
Like we'd have one for community tea.
Community tea, like the community teapot here.
Or trying to twerk in stilts. These are things that you hear about on this podcast. You should definitely make sure to go on Google, go on Apple Podcasts, follow us. I'm going to keep you guys any longer, but man, check us out. We try and do this as much as we can. We don't really have a set schedule. Nick, these always get uploaded first to podcasts on like all the podcasts, but not the YouTube last. So like Spotify, Apple iTunes, Google Podcasts, all that, it gets uploaded there first. So you'll get the audios first. And then as Nick pushes through, and he almost pisses himself when he's trying to edit this stuff. But
it's like a hyper giraffe up here.
Oh, it's just hear him laugh. He's got his headphones on and he darkens the room down and he starts editing, and it's just funny. So these things, it takes us really 2 days to get one edited and uploaded, sometimes 3. So there's a lag behind the audio and the video, but make sure to get on the video on YouTube. Man, subscribe to it, share it, like it, check out our sponsors. Without all this, without really our fans, it's not going to make all this possible. So we got big things happening here. Make sure to check it out. Make sure Nick's he's over here in the background. Give us a 5-star rating. Yeah. Make sure you like it. Follow us on Instagram. We got an Instagram page up now. My handle on Instagram is gspencer_1. What's yours? Little Brasso?
I can't remember.
Brasso
I think it's
BMX?
Brasso. I think it's Brasso. Little Brasso BMX. I've never rode a BMX bike in my life.
Oh, what was it? What was it called?
I think it's Brasso. Here, let me look real quick.
Brasso 69?
Yeah, you can follow me on
Wet Brasso 1?
I thought now wasn't your handle at one point double meat guy?
I'm a double meat guy for sure.
Double meat kind of guy.
For sure.
That's when you're
trying to get to triple meat.
That's when you're fat. You walk into something and the lady tells you, well, we have a single meat, but you look like a double meat guy.
I was just shamed.
Yeah, it's Brasso_92 is my handle.
See, I was close.
Yeah, BMX was definitely close to that. Yeah,
didn't you have like Lil BMX Rider or something? You used to have an email?
Little BMX Rider?
Lil LIL.
Where did you get this from? Like Lil BMX, like. I
think that was
like the off-brand of DMX. I was trying to be a rapper. I just didn't quite
Lil BMX.
I was a little less aggressive in my voice. Lil BMX.
I thought, didn't you have? Wasn't that like a email or something you had?
Never a thing ever.
Little BMX Rider or something?
No.
Lil Brasso 97.
I've never ever been into BMX. I don't know where you're getting this.
I don't know. Was it Lil Brasso? Lil Brasso 65.
It might have been. I may have had Lil Brasso
because I think it was from like when you were like a kid and it just stuck with you for a while.
Well, so my dad's handle is also Brasso, and it wouldn't let me put that, so I put Lil Brasso.
That's what it was. But it wasn't BMX.
Where'd you get BMX from?
I don't know. You just look like a BMX rider.
Like, oh, that handle wasn't it Penguin Tamer 3? Like what?
That would be a good one.
Penguin Tamer 3. I mean, I could be a Penguin Tamer. Legit. I could be a Penguin.
They're not aggressive.
You don't know that.
No,
Have
we
you
lost.
seen some?
We lost Tim today. He died from a whole
gang fight.
Gang full of aggressive penguins. It's not true. Anyway, this is it. I'm gonna wind it down. Thanks for watching. Out of the Blind, Gabe Spencer. Cortland Brass. So give us, make sure you give us a listen. Yeah. Give us a watch. Give us a 5-star.
Help us up. Yeah, help the podcast out. Get on, like you said, get on everything.
Share this sucker.
Get it out there because they're gonna get funnier. They're gonna get more funny.
And it takes you guys to really get it going.
So,
all right, catch you on the next one.
Let's get to work.
See y'all
later. On live.
Yeah.